What if I told you that one of the most powerful men in Kenya is someone you probably never voted for? A man who claims to fight for workers while living like a king. A man who ruled the labor movement for 24 years without ever stepping down.
Hiyo ndio kwa sababu mimi kila mara husema Bwana Gishuru hafai kuwa managing director wa Power and Lighting.
Who is Francis Atwoli? How did he rise from a telephone technician to the godfather of Kenya's trade unions? And how did he use that position to amass untold power and wealth while ordinary workers are drowning in poverty? This is the dark truth about the man behind KOTU, and the reason Kenyans are now uniting under one message. #Atwoli retire.
Na tusitishwe sisi. Tusitishwe.
But to understand how we got here, we need to go back, way back. Francis Atwoli's story begins in the late 1970s, working as a technician for the Kenya Posts and Telecommunications Corporation. He was just another cog in the system, but he had something many didn't: a gift for organizing, speaking, and galvanizing workers. He climbed the ranks quickly, moving from local union leadership into the national spotlight. By 2001, he pulled one of the unthinkable, getting elected as the Secretary General of KOTU, the Central Organization of Trade Unions. That moment should have marked a new era for labor rights. Instead, it was the beginning of something else, a 24-year reign.
Uwezi kuwa mahali moja miaka yote ni kama wewe ndio uko na ideas peke yako. No, the only thing tunasikia ni mshenzi. Kwa hivyo saa hii ni mtu mwingine aingie pale aweze kutuonyesha direction.
Since taking over in 2001, Francis Atwoli has never left. He's been re-elected 5 times, often unopposed. Union insiders say the system is rigged. Elections are tightly controlled. Opponents are intimidated. Some unions are even blocked from participating if they oppose him. One former KOTU official told us, "It is not an election, it's a coronation." While most public offices in Kenya have term limits, KOTU does not. Atwoli has used that loophole like a weapon.
In this country, I fear losing. And I'm a serious campaigner. And I sit and read and plan what to do the next day. Build up a structure. Make a proposition to tell me where I'm going.
Here is the genius of Atwoli's longevity. He supports whoever is in power.
Iko watu wengi wanapenda kutisha sana. Mimi nilikuwa hapa President Kenyatta akiwa president. After 3 years we had a problem in the government. Jaramogi left. Nilikuwa hapa when Moi was a president. After a few times there was a lot of problems. Nyinyi nyote mnajua until up 1982. Mpaka when he was leaving kila saa watu bila Moi yote inawezekana. Nimekuwa hapa President Kibaka akiwa kwa kiti mimi. And I served him. He improved the economy. But 2007 hawa wananchi voted him out. We had to do some ukarabati. Nimekuwa hapa wakati wa Uhuru.
By 2022, he was one of Raila's loudest cheerleaders, calling William Ruto unfit for leadership.
Wale wako karibu na William Samoei Ruto, kule sehemu za Sugoi wakate miti isiwe karibu, kwa ajili tarehe 9 usubuhi ya huyo usiku kura itatangazwa na huyo mtoto atajinyonga. Wakate miti.
But when Ruto won, guess what happened? Atwoli suddenly flipped. Within weeks, he was calling Ruto our president.
Underestimate Ruto in any way. Don't. I'm telling you, you are my friend, Jeff. Don't underestimate Ruto, Jeff.
That pivot was so sharp, even Raila supporters felt betrayed.
Hawa Wakenya unasikia ground ni mbaya. Hapa ground hapana mzuri. Ruto must go. Na sio ground ni mbaya. Wewe anayesema ground ni mbaya, mwenyewe hana ground. Unasikia hiyo? Wacha tuwache mtu amalize kazi.
Critics say Atwoli doesn't care who is in charge as long as he is left alone. Here's where things get uncomfortable. Atwoli doesn't live like a unionist. He lives like a tycoon. His Kajedo mansion is estimated to be worth more than 100 million Kenya shillings. He owns multiple homes, luxury vehicles, and allegedly travels first class wherever he goes. His children attend elite schools abroad, and yet his official salary is less than that of a member of parliament. So where does the money come from? Each month, thousands of workers in Kenya pay mandatory union dues. That money flows into KOTU, but KOTU is not required to disclose how those funds are used. To date, no full public audit of KOTU has ever been conducted, and when anyone tries to ask questions, bad things happen.
I wanted for us to recollect the last MP that was gunned down or assassinated, which was George Muchai, the MP for Kabete.
In 2015, George Muchai, Atwoli's deputy at KOTU, accused him of financial mismanagement. He demanded an audit. Just days later, Muchai was gunned down in Nairobi. His killers were caught, but their motive still unclear. Rumors spread. Was it a political hit, a robbery, or something darker? We are not saying Atwoli ordered the hit. There's no evidence of that. But the timing was chilling, and the message was loud. Don't challenge the king. In 2024, the Private Security Regulatory Authority dropped a bombshell. They told companies to stop deducting union dues on behalf of KOTU. Why? Because private security workers were being deducted dues without consent, not receiving any representation, and still earning less than the minimum wage. Atwoli fired back. He called the PSRA illegal.
KOTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli has dismissed calls by the Private Sector Regulatory Authority, PSRA, to stop remittances of security guards' union deductions to KOTU as baseless, saying it would be illegal for private firms to do so.
He threatened lawsuits. He said they had no right to challenge him. But behind the scenes, a new voice had emerged. Her name is Hanifa Adan, a youth leader, public intellectual, and an outspoken critic of Atwoli. She published a viral essay titled "The Lie We Grew Up With." She argued that Kenya's young people are locked out of leadership, not because they are lazy, but because the same old leaders refuse to step aside. She called Atwoli the face of that hypocrisy. Atwoli hit back hard. He called her a con artist, accused her of misusing donor funds. But Hanifa came with receipts, publicly released an independent audit of her protest fund. The internet exploded. The hashtag Atwoli Retire began trending.
Alikuwa anaongea na wanahabari hivi majuzi tu Francis Atwoli akasema, jamani, unajua mnaongea sana lakini hamjui mchango wangu katika masuala ya wafanyakazi katika taifa la Kenya. Hivi karibuni mimi nitaretire. Na nitakapo retire mtanikumbuka na mtanitamani. Nikajaribu kufikiria sana kama mfanyakazi wa Kenya ambao nimefanya kazi kwa miaka zaidi ya 20. Nikajaribu kufikiria sana nitamkumbuka na nitamtamani mchango wake kwa wafanyakazi wa Kenya. Kasema tu ewala.
Hauoni?
Asioni ndugu yangu.
Hauoni vile utakavyomiss Atwoli wala utamtamani Atwoli.
Yaani kama una retire tu. Sijaona. Mimi namkumbuka kama mtu ambaye ameshirikiana na serikali nyingi sana. Atwoli huwa hapingani na serikali. Yuko mahali serikali ipo, yeye yuko. Katika masuala ya kusema kupigania maslahi ya wafanyakazi, kama sasa hivi unakuta kwamba walimu wanalia. Masuala ya health sijamuona akiwa yuko pale anasema haiwezekani. Masuala ya polisi kulalamika sijamuona. Madaktari kulia.
Haujamuona katika stage pia na yeye yuko na
madaktari. In fact, Francis Atwoli kwangu mimi angeretire hata juzi.
The Atwoli story isn't just about one man. It's about a broken system. A system where union dues enrich the few. A system where workers' rights are negotiated away in backroom deals. A system where political loyalty matters more than integrity. But the tide is turning. Parliament has been pushed to limit union leadership terms. Younger workers are organizing outside trade unions. And for the first time, the public is watching closely. Francis Atwoli may not step down tomorrow, but the story has changed. He can't bully, bribe, or bluff his way out of the public spotlight anymore.
Sisi hatuna nguvu yoyote. Sisi hatuna uwezo.
Kenya's workers are finally asking the questions that matter. Where is our money? Why have you been in power for 24 years? And who do you really work for? The mask is off. The movement is growing. And the people are saying one thing, loud and clear. #Atwoli retire.